Hello and welcome. My name is Ashish Ahuja. I'm an applications engineer with Texas Instruments. In this video, we will discuss some guidelines on porting projects from StelarisWare to TivaWare on the brand new Tiva C-Series TM4C129X family of ARM Cortex microcontrollers for applications that connect, communicate, and control. We will briefly take a look at different components of TivaWare for C-Series and discuss some of the reasons for making the changes that we have made from StelarisWare to TivaWare. Then we will discuss some of the changes in the detail and outline the steps that may be required to perform in order to update your existing application firmware from StelarisWare to TivaWare. TivaWare for C-Series is an extensive suite of software designed to simplify and speed up embedded application development using Tiva C-Series microcontrollers. TivaWare for C-Series includes powerful peripheral driver library, graphics library, USB library, and sensor library, which have several APIs to configure and initialize different peripherals of the Tiva C-Series microcontrollers. These libraries come with the source code, which is mostly in C, and they are pre-compiled for use as is and can also be adapted as desired. TivaWare for C-Series also includes a bootloader, several code examples, and a lot of third-party packages that provide a very comfortable starting point for you, and also allows you to focus on your application and not so much on how to set up the microcontroller. The changes from StelarisWare to TivaWare were mainly implemented to provide a unified and consistent user experience across Tiva products which are based on ARM Cortex core. Doing this will make it easier for you to port projects from Tiva product family from one to another going forward. We have added a number of new drivers and APIs and also enhanced some known architectural deficiencies that existed in StelarisWare. The changes from StelarisWare to TivaWare can be broadly classified in four groups: changes pertaining to the directory structure, changes that involve C99 types and Hungarian prefixes, changes specific to part numbers, and lastly, the changes that involve library names and driver source. We have also added brand new library called Sensor Library in TivaWare for C-Series. And now let us take a look at each of those changes in detail. As I mentioned before, one of our goals is to provide a unified and uniform user experience to you with different microcontrollers from Tiva family of products. So we had to make some cosmetic changes such as directory paths and so on. Now you can locate all the TI software such as TivaWare for C-Series, Code Composer Studio, UniFlash, PinMux utility, etc. in one directory, that is in C, TI. It kind of makes things look cleaner and more organized. Some of the users had reported confusion over the location of code examples. So we heard your feedback and we have now moved all the board specific examples in the example directory. So now you can find the board specific examples and peripheral specific examples in the same directory like never before. Examples within TivaWare reference local directory. But if you have already developed your own software outside of StelarisWare directory, then you will have to change paths for your files that you have referenced in your project. One of the key enhancements we have ameliorated in the new TivaWare for C-Series is the addition of C99 data types, which allow easier porting of code across different microcontroller platforms within the Tiva family. This helps in removing ambiguity in the size of data types on different microcontroller architectures. For example, int32t is always 32-bit long regardless of the microcontroller platform, unlike previously when long could be 32-bit or not depending on the core's architecture. So now header files stdint.h and stdbool.h should be added to your projects. Hungarian prefixes have also been updated to provide consistent nomenclature across drivers and examples. Take a look at the table on the screen to see a list of the new prefixes. In order for you to extract meaningful information about the devices such as flash size, SRAM size, package type, temperature range, and so on, we have revised our part numbering scheme as well. This only affects the Cortex M4 devices with part numbers starting with LM4F. So if you have developed firmware with LM4F parts, please pause this video for a moment and review the information on the screen. Otherwise, we can keep going. Unlike StelarisWare, the new TivaWare for C-Series consists of drivers and libraries for ARM Cortex M4 based microcontroller products only. So we have streamlined the nomenclature for the libraries as well. This is more so a cosmetic change. We've added drivers for the new peripherals in the TivaWare for C-Series that did not exist in the legacy devices, Likewise, we have replaced the drivers for the peripherals which have been replaced from the legacy devices. Other than that, the functionality and the names of most functions have remained the same, except the return types and arguments are now compatible with C99 types. Some minor changes listed on the screen have been added to graphics library as well. Like peripheral driver library, the functionality and the names of most functions have remained the same, except the return types and arguments are now compatible with C99 types. Talking about the USB library, like the other two libraries, the function definitions have been updated for C99 types as well. We have simplified the method for initializing a composite USB device. So if your application uses USB library, your application can now ignore the private instance structure because the device class initialization function performs all needed initialization of the structure. A brand new library, sensor library, has been added in TivaWare for C series, which allows you to develop exciting embedded applications using different types of sensors with Tiva C series family of microcontrollers. Sensor library is organized in 3 layers: transport layer, sensor layer, and processing layer. And it provides a set of drivers and API functions to initialize and configure a variety of sensors to measure temperature, pressure, acceleration, magnetism, and physical orientation. Sensor library benefits from the floating point capabilities of Tiva C series microcontrollers to process the raw data captured from various sensors and presents it to the user in a standard international unit, enabling users to process the data with greater convenience and simplicity. Some example APIs from the sensor library are shown on the screen. Take a look at them. Okay, I know that's a lot of information to keep in mind. To make it easier for you, Tiva C series system design experts have authored an application note that provides detailed step-by-step instructions on migrating software projects from StelarisWare to TivaWare. The application note is available on www.ti.com/tiva-c. Go to the Technical Documents tab and download your copy right now. So today in this video, we discuss some guidelines on porting projects from StelarisWare to TivaWare on the brand new Tiva C series TM4C129X family of microcontrollers for applications that connect, communicate, and control. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more exciting and innovative products.